What's going on, Blu Flame?
What's up, Mr. Music Man? What's going on with you?
Nothing much. Back together again. Been a little minute.
Yeah,
First of all, I want to thank you for getting on the CD too. You always show me mad love.
always.
Got a hot song coming out in the CD. It's banging. Got no but heavy hitters on there.
Yeah,
So it's only right I got you on there.
Yeah.
Yo, what you tell everybody how long you been in the game?
How long? Rap? I think I've been rapping since I was like, what, 11, 12?
Huh.
So about like 13 years?
Okay.
13 years, like 12, so about...
What made you want to start rapping?
Honestly, the tickets, like, honestly, it was from, you know, when you younger, you go through stuff, you know, you're an unfortunate kid. I used it to vent, and I never thought like a 9 to 5 would be, because I was one little street kid, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I never thought a 9 to 5 would get me, you know, so I just thought, you know, maybe this would be my ticket out. Stop everything that's going on, you know, help the fame. So it kind of started from the pain, and then it just grew as a habit.
Was any type of rap inspired you to do that?
I listened to a lot of Jay-Z.
Okay.
Jay-Z when I was young.
Okay, so that's somebody you wrote. You put your
Like DMX. That was around like when music was good.
Right. I feel you.
Jay-Z, DMX. When they had, as a matter of fact, I just got a backstage. A lot of people don't know backstage that tour, that whole Rockefeller Def Jam tour, that era. That was where it was at. I just got that back. A lot of people they don't even know about that, but I look at that now and it gives me like a real crazy feel.
Okay. Well, also tell us who's some of the rappers back then that you were socializing with back then when you were spitting. I know back in the day in Philly, in that time era, everybody's like in a camp and they was battling against different parts of people in the city.
It was, I always did my own thing. I was never really with anybody, but a lot of people, because, you know, Touch Money was a group that I was around all the time, you know what I'm saying? Because they right in my neighborhood. The music was right down the street where I lived at. So, you know, you had Kaboom, you had H, you had M.I., you had Young Hot. That's my right hand, that's my boy. You got, it was so many, like Touch Money. Bees, you had Kill King. Shout out to Kill King. It was so much. It was just, yeah, that was who I was around most. And then, you know, you branch out and you get into like other artists, you know, everybody see you on the DVDs and everything. And from there it was just, you know, socializing and shaking hands.
And what was your first CD?
My first CD was Hall of Flame. I only put out a few copies of that. They ain't do like 300 copies.
Okay.
I was on oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I gotta, you know, go back to the drawing board. I was on like, I don't think it was a DVD that's out now that I wasn't on.
Okay.
And we put Flames World out, and then when I put Flames World out, it just was mayhem after that. Flames World did a lot more than what I expected, because I remember we went to Myrtle Beach for Bike Weekend. We had a ball out there. We selling CDs out there. Philly. We went to Baltimore. We was just everywhere with it, and then I put it up on, you know, you got the websites, that Piff and all that, and that's where it came in from there.
Yeah, that's your second CD you did? So that goes shows people out there learning experience that sometimes your first one might not be the highest one, but that's what you learn from. That's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like sometimes, you know, you just gotta, you know where you stand when it's like, okay, we put this first one out, it don't work, go back to the drawing board, you know what you need to do, and the second one go out, and if it does better, then you progress from there.
Okay. Now, you remember the first record you recorded?
Oh man.
Because you did a lot of songs.
I did a whole lot of music. The first song I recorded, I was with this team, COA, Coming of Age Entertainment. And the first song was a freestyle. I remember the first freestyle, and it was over the Wu-Tang beat.
Okay.
That jump. Went in on that, and I just had to learn that, you know, because when you're in the studio, everybody think it's easy. You just go in there and record. But it's not as, you know, when you first doing it, it's not as easy. You have to come with character when you're on the mic. So
right.
After that, you know, I had to practice that, and after a while, I just got good. And I think the first song, it was called, it was a club joint. I forget the rhythm, but it was a club joint. That was like the first major joint, and then I did my first show. Everybody loved it. So then from there, it just became...
Okay. Now, when you first went to the studio, Did it blow your mind how much you had to learn? Because a lot of people, like you said, they think all you gotta do is freestyle. They can freestyle. They can do a song. It's totally different inside that studio. I see myself.
Well, it's when you learn the music, it's different. It's like you have the format of a song. Like the format of a song and the format of a hit is different. The format of a song is hook, verse, hook, bridge, verse, hook. But the format of a hit, that's something that people need to learn. You don't know how to make a hit song, because a lot of people are spitters, but they can't make a hit record. And that's what people don't understand. They're like, oh, well, why these people not spinning? Why they not? Like, all that is cool for the streets. You get your buzz up and you freestyle, and that's cool for the streets. But when you're in the studio, you got to know what people would, cling to,
Right.
attach to. So being in the booth, I learned, the format of a hit, what people would like, but at the same time, not going outside of my room, just still being me.
Okay.
Because that's what I promote. I'm doing me. I don't push another person. Because a lot of people will be like, well, what are you like? What's your life like? You want to know what my life is like? Listen to my music. You
Right.
want to know my character, why I act certain ways in my music. I explain different things. Like even in the club song, it's an experience. So you take your experiences, but you have to put it. You just got to be creative. It's the creativity. So when I first got in there, it was a lot to learn because I was like 11, 12. It was a whole lot to learn. So, yeah, it was fun though.
That's what I can say about for somebody your age. You do hit a lot of topics.
Right.
I've been seeing on your Facebook how you're talking about I gotta take my door out to breakfast. Now, I mean, a lot of guys don't even acknowledge their kids. So that's something I definitely salute you on.
Right, because I figured I would never want to be anything like, me coming up like my dad.
Right.
Just running in and out. There's a lot of things that you go through, even if, everybody sold drugs, everybody did, even if it was one bag of weed, you sold it. Everybody had a time when it was, I was into the shit, but I don't push that because when I was younger and I wasn't all that, I was kind of embarrassed to tell people.
Right.
I always wanted the life where, damn, you can get what you want. And I was like one of the less fortunate kids. So, I'm taking a chance by being vulnerable, like, just being open in my music. So if anybody want to get to know me, listen to the music. So
Right.
It's easy for a person to be like, oh yeah, well I'm going to diss him about this, that, and the third. You can't diss me about being a good father.
Right, I respect
You
that.
can try to, but like, you can't diss me, And then a lot of people think it's cool, like, oh, they ain't my kid, they ain't my baby because of what they went through. A lot of kids need their fathers. That's why you got these little flash mobs and all this little dumb shit going on out here because lack of, guidance.
Right.
So I'm just me.
I respect that totally.
They gotta respect me for being me. I'm grown. Like I'm 25, but I'm not gonna say I've been through the worst, but I've been through enough.
Right.
Yeah, man. So that's basically the best about it.
See, that's what the youngest guys need to hear, and females. These rappers nowadays trying to be the. They do all this type of imaginary type of stuff. They hustle this, they got all these type of cars. They still live in the hood. They still live with their mind. If you can't, if you can't be real to yourself, how can you be real to somebody else? Now, I got a question to you. What you think about the radio? Why it's so hard to get records played here in Philly?
Honestly, I don't hate the radio. You can't blame DJ Cosby. You can't blame DJ Diamond because you have so many rappers in Philly that. Like, you can't put everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they're at a level where you need them, right?
Right.
It's just how I look at it from a business aspect. If they putting everybody on, just putting some people spit bullshit and think they have.
Right.
You got to prove yourself. If you can prove yourself and stand, because there's so many rappers in Philly. If you can prove yourself and stand out, or like, it's about, shaking hands. You got to connect. That's where your networking coming in.
Right.
Promote yourself. You get people. So while you're networking, you got people. It's like, marketing schemes and everything. They come, oh yeah, well I heard about him, Now, you talk some music, being as though, shook hands, he done felt your vibe, and other people talking about you, get you on the radio. Sometimes it might be a connect, like, somebody that's in good with the DJ.
Yeah,
So that's it's just basically about you can't just, because you can't put everybody on, you just got to prove yourself. And you can't blame them because it's so many, it's like you can't put everybody on, so. You got to prove yourself.
Now, I heard Tone Trump said something when they asked him about that. He said, well, if a person on the radio, well, if he did it on the radio, I salute him because he really put into his own craft and himself.
Right.
He's like, if you had to pay, so what? You on it.
Right.
If you got on for free, so you on. Yeah, you know, and I respect that. I think that's one of the realest things I heard him say.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I got a question also too. Who was your top 5 rappers in the city?
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I don't listen to. I don't really listen to. All right, I'm gonna be honest. I like Scorp the Boy.
Yeah, he's hot.
He's very creative.
Shout out to Scorp.
I like Rain Man. I like Izzy.
Izzy.
He's very lyrical.
Yeah, he's definitely lyrical.
It's not too much of that. I don't really listen to too many because I already know what they expect.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So what do you mean by you know what to expect?
Philly. You know, when you're from a city and nothing really changed from like the time you spit on DVD, and then you get like some people don't know how to. You know, you got to be a magician on the track sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just you know what they expect. But as far as people doing their thing, there's a whole lot of people doing their thing. I much respect, and I salute people like Mount Brown. I salute people like Tone Trump because they're making their own way.
Right.
You got yeah, them too. You know what I mean? You got they made their own way. You got you got Meek Mills. He out there. He put in a lot of work. Man.
Yeah, no doubt.
His work ethic. Yeah, I mean, people with work ethic, I respect it. But as far as like listening, I don't really like. I can't really, you know, I'm on a different vibe. I just have like, maybe I have like a more mature ear. Cause I can't really listen. I don't listen to the radio.
Right, I feel you.
Really, you know what I'm saying? Because of the nonsense they put on the air. That's not, well, you know, it's one thing, cause I remember at a time where it was music like, you a jerk or something like, I remember at a time where that was being rebellious and you'll have artists every now and then that'll put that out. But now it's like so normal that if you come out with a person like J. Cole, which is good, now that's being rebellious and abnormal. I'm looking like, that's not, to me, that's just not music. That's not hip hop. I just can't. I'm not with the skinny jeans and all that. That's freak shit to me. I can't. But yeah, I mean, to each his own.
Right.
To each his own.
I respect that.
Everybody grind, but that shit there, man, I can't do it. I can't follow it.
If your career ended today, how would you want to be respected or remember? Remember.
Just being me. Respect me and just knowing that I was creative. I was every rapper, or every singer, every musician. You know, like I said, I'm a big Jay-Z fan. That's my number. He's my number 1 rapper. You know, of all time. Like just me. This is me personally.
Right.
So every time somebody, you know, you interview, yeah, well, have you met Jay-Z? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, what was the best advice he gave you? He'd be like, well, he told me to stay humble. You know what I mean? Just be yourself, stay humble, and don't get caught up in the. And I always looked at that and was like, that's the truth. And that probably was his formula to staying on top for so long. He has so many number 1 albums.
Right.
He had 11 number 1 albums. Probably, you know, from that, because we get caught up in the act. Now you're not, you don't have longevity anymore. Now you're trying to change with the times instead of being yourself. With being yourself is what's gonna give you longevity.
I got one last question. When the next time can somebody hear your CD? When it's coming out?
Right now, I'm almost done with Flames World 2. Hopefully in about 2-3 weeks. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. Shout out to Drum Crazy. Shout out to Mars Entertainment. Shout out to Jay Farrell. He's another one that's like, he doing his thing. It's like, oh man, we here for about 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So we gonna have Team Upscale. We gonna have that CD, Mr. Upscale. We gonna have Luxury Texas. But the next one is Flames Real Tune. I'm saying about. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers 3 weeks, because my thing with me is things gotta move on the time that I want it to move. If not, because I had so many ideas. If not, I'm on to the next idea. But I'm trying to have patience with this one. And I'm almost done. So about 2-3 weeks. Flames Real Tune.
Well, we look forward to that. I want to thank you again for getting on this CD for me, this interview, and wish you nothing but success.
Yeah, and don't forget to hit me up on Twitter at Blu Flame 101. You know what I mean? So you see, you're checking to, you know, I'm real silly on there. So y'all, you know what I mean? You'll be entertained. So just hit me up.
Peace.